after 67. Flirty behaviors men can't hide when they are into you. Men after 60 might not say everything out loud, but their actions, one moment, he's making you laugh, focusing on you, and looking at you like you're the only woman in the world. Then suddenly, he pulls back, acting distant, polite, almost as if he doesn't care. And it leaves you wondering, does he actually like me? Or am I just imagining it? Yes, most men won't come right out and say it. They won't walk up holding a sign that reads, "I have feelings for you." Instead, they drop little clues. Even if a man is trying to play it cool, his body and his actions will always reveal the truth. And if you know what signs to notice, you'll be able to tell what's going on before he even admits it to himself. So, if you've ever found yourself wondering, is he actually into me? Or is he just being nice? Then you're exactly where you need to be, because we're going to talk about some behaviors guys often try to hide when they're genuinely into you. Welcome back to my channel. It's Vernon again. Today, I'll share 7 flirty behaviors men can't hide when they're into you after 60, and number 5? It's the one that gives every man away, no matter how hard he tries to hide it. Before we begin, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more real-life insights into love, attraction, and connection after 60. Let's uncover the quiet signals that say he's falling for you, even when his words don't. Number 1. His eyes always find you, even in a crowd. When a man over 60 is truly into you, his eyes give him away long before his words ever do. He might not flirt the way he did in his 20s, no bold pickup lines or dramatic gestures, but that gaze? It lingers just a second longer than it should. He'll glance at you while pretending to look elsewhere. He'll find reasons to look your way when you're talking to someone else. And when your eyes finally meet, he doesn't look away immediately. He holds it, softly, with that quiet kind of admiration that says more than any compliment could. Men at this stage of life have learned to control their words, but not their eyes. His look will carry warmth, curiosity, and that little spark that only shows up when attraction feels genuine. Sometimes, he might even look away quickly, not because he's not interested, but because he is. That flicker of nervousness, that almost boyish shyness, is one of the clearest signs that you've caught his attention. So pay attention to his eyes, not just his words, because that's where the truth usually hides. A man over 60 has learned how to stay composed, how to keep his tone steady and his gestures polite. But his eyes, they don't play along. They reveal what he's really feeling, that quiet pull, that spark of interest he's trying to keep subtle. Maybe you catch him watching you across the room, pretending to be lost in thought. Or maybe he looks at you when you're not even speaking, just smiling or listening. There's a softness there, a kind of warmth that doesn't fade even when he looks away. It's not just attraction, it's attention. He's not looking because he has to. He's looking because he wants to. That brings us to the next sign, how his gestures start speaking the words he can't quite say out loud. Number 2. His body always leans toward you. His body starts to tell the truth his words won't after 60. He might not realize it, but every time you're around, he naturally leans in even in the smallest ways. His feet point toward you. His shoulders shift your way. When you talk, he tilts his head slightly, not just to hear better, but because he wants to. It's a subtle but powerful signal. He's drawn to your energy, even if he's trying to play it cool. His posture betrays him. You'll notice how he closes the physical distance without making it obvious, sitting a little closer, standing beside you instead of across from you, or finding excuses to stay near when the conversation could have ended minutes ago. Older men, especially those who've lived through years of emotional restraint, often express attraction through presence. He won't always use words, he'll use proximity. He'll want to be in your orbit, to feel your energy up close. It's his quiet way of saying, I feel comfortable with you, and I want to stay here a little longer. And sometimes, you'll notice the little things, how he mirrors your gestures, how he relaxes when you do, how his laughter comes easier around you. Those aren't accidents. That's chemistry showing up in its purest form. Because when a man after 60 is genuinely into you, he doesn't chase, he gravitates. His body simply can't help but move closer, as if pulled by something he's stopped trying to resist. Have you ever noticed how a man's body gives away what he's feeling long before he says it? Tell me in the comments, what subtle gestures have you caught before? Once you recognize that gentle pull, that quiet magnetism, pay attention to what happens next. Because the next sign isn't about movement, it's about words, and how his tone starts to change when he's talking only to you. Number 3. His voice softens when he talks to you. You can tell a lot about a man's feelings by how he speaks to you. For men over 60, words may be careful, but tone never lies. His voice shifts in ways he doesn't plan. It drops a little lower, slows down, and takes on a warmth that wasn't there before. It's not rehearsed or intentional, it's instinctive. That quiet change is how intimacy begins to surface without being spoken. He'll speak softer when he's around you, especially compared to how he talks with others. His laughter becomes gentler, his pauses longer. He's not rushing the conversation anymore, he's savoring it. You'll feel it in the way he listens, how he responds, how his voice carries a quiet calm, as if he wants to make you comfortable just by how he speaks. After my divorce, I spent nearly 5 years convincing myself that love was something I'd already lived through, that it was behind me. Then one evening, I met Lily at a friend's small gathering. She wasn't loud or flashy, but there was something about the way she listened, the way she smiled when I spoke, that caught me off guard. For weeks after that, I found myself doing something I hadn't done in years, paying attention to my own voice. Whenever I spoke to her, it softened. I wasn't performing, I wasn't trying to charm her. I just didn't want to break the calm that seemed to exist between us. Nothing profound, but my tone, it gave me away. That's when I realized attraction at this age doesn't need big words or bold moves. Sometimes, it's just the quiet way your voice betrays how much someone matters. Sometimes, it's not even the words he chooses, but the rhythm of them. The way he says your name, softer, slower, with meaning. The way he asks questions that show real curiosity about your thoughts, your memories, your day. It's his way of connecting without crossing boundaries, of saying, I care about this moment and I care about you. At this age, men understand that tone matters more than charm. They know that sincerity speaks louder than smooth talk. So when he lowers his voice, when he lets silence linger between his words, it's not hesitation, it's care, it's comfort. It's him opening a door, inviting you in. After his voice starts to soften, his next move usually reveals even more the little efforts he makes just to see you smile. Number 4. He finds reasons to be around you. Men over 60 rarely waste time, so when he keeps showing up, it's not coincidence, it's intention. He'll find small, almost innocent excuses to be near you. Maybe he offers to help fix something, brings you coffee because he was passing by, or casually joins a group conversation just because you're in it. He might even joke, I just happened to be around, but both of you know better, he's there for you. At this stage in life, men don't chase the way they used to. They pursue through presence. His consistency becomes the new version of flirting. He won't flood you with compliments or constant texts. Instead, He'll quietly make himself part of your day. That's how he says, "I enjoy your company. You make life lighter." That's the beauty of this kind of connection. It's not loud or dramatic. It's consistent. He doesn't need to declare his feelings. He lets his presence do it for him. And you'll know it's real when he doesn't just show up once. He keeps showing up every chance he gets. If you've ever felt that quiet kind of attention, the one that doesn't need words to be understood, give this video a like. Every like helps more women realize that real connection after 60 isn't about grand gestures, but about presence, patience, and those little moments that still make your heart skip a beat. When he starts showing up, it's only a matter of time before he starts doing something even more revealing. Number 5. He remembers the little things. As a man over 60 truly likes you, his memory becomes one of his most genuine love languages. He'll remember the things most people forget: the book you mentioned weeks ago, how you take your coffee, the story that made you laugh until you cried. It's not about showing off. It's about caring enough to notice. He might bring up something you said in passing, like, "You mentioned your sister was visiting soon. How did that go?" Or he'll surprise you with something small but thoughtful, like bringing your favorite snack or sending a song he said reminded him of you. At this age, attraction isn't about chasing or impressing anymore. It's about paying attention. When a man remembers the little things, he's telling you, "You matter to me, even when you're not here." That kind of attention comes from the heart, not habit. I remember doing the same thing with Lily. She once told me how she missed the scent of jasmine from her childhood garden. A few weeks later, I brought her a small potted jasmine plant. I didn't say much, just handed it to her. She smiled, and in that moment, I realized, sometimes love isn't spoken, it's remembered. So if he keeps recalling details you didn't even know you shared, don't overlook it. For men after 60, that's not coincidence, that's affection. It's only a matter of time before it grows into something deeper. The quiet instinct to look out for you, even when you're not there to see it. That leads us to the next sign, how he begins to protect your feelings. Number 6. He protects your feelings even in small ways. He's not trying to be a hero or prove his strength. He's simply mindful of how his words and actions make you feel after 60. It's in the little things. How he defends you in a group without making a scene. How he notices when you're uncomfortable and quietly changes the subject. How he listens instead of arguing when you need to vent. He's lived long enough to know that love isn't about winning, it's about understanding. And that's what makes his kindness feel different. He might not always have the right words, but he pays attention to the tone of yours. If he senses hurt or fatigue, he doesn't dismiss it. Instead, he softens. He slows down. He respects your emotions instead of rushing them. If a man shields you from discomfort, speaks gently even when you disagree, or treats your emotions as something precious, that's not courtesy, that's care at its highest level. Politeness fades when prolonged, so the moment gets hard, but affection stays steady. It shows up in his patience, in the way he listens, in the way he makes sure you feel safe being yourself. Have you ever noticed a man showing care in ways that didn't need words? Drop your thoughts in the comment. Sometimes it's the smallest gestures that say the most. Now, you've seen how he protects your feelings. Watch what happens next. The final sign goes beyond words or actions. It's in the way he looks at you when he thinks you're not watching. Number 7. He opens up in ways he never did before. For a man over 60, vulnerability doesn't come easily. He's spent a lifetime being the strong one, the provider, the problem solver, the calm in everyone else's storm. But when he's truly into you, something changes. The walls that once protected him begin to come down, piece by piece. And suddenly he's sharing parts of himself he's never shown anyone before. He'll begin to share pieces of his story he's kept tucked away for years, not to impress you, but because he finally feels safe enough to let them out. He might talk about the mistakes he made, the people he's lost, or the quiet moments that changed him in ways words can barely explain. These aren't surface-level conversations. They come from a place of honesty that only time and experience can teach. You'll notice how his tone shifts when he speaks about these things, slower, softer, almost reflective. There's no pride, no performance, just truth. And when he shares that with you, it's not because he's looking for pity, it's because he feels seen. He trusts that you'll understand the man behind the years. Because at this stage in life, a man doesn't open up to impress you, he opens up to connect. That's the kind of openness that defines love after 60. It's not about big declarations or promises. It's about safety, the feeling that you can be fully yourself and still be accepted. So, if he starts letting you into his world, his stories, his insecurities, his quiet thoughts, don't underestimate it. That's not just interest. That's trust. That's how you know he's no longer testing the connection, he's invested in it. By the time a man reaches 60, he's no longer looking for games, guesses, or fleeting excitement. He's looking for truth. Every small sign, the way he leans toward you, softens his voice, remembers your details, protects your peace, and finally opens his heart, tells the story of a man who's ready for something real. Love at this stage isn't about fireworks. It's about warmth that lasts. It's about two people who've seen enough of life to know that peace is far more powerful than passion, and that laughter, kindness, and understanding can be just as magnetic as attraction ever was. As Carl Jung once said, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. That's what love after 60 does. It doesn't just ignite, it transforms. So if you recognize these signs, don't doubt them, trust them. Because when a man at this age chooses you, it's not for convenience. It's because he's found comfort, safety, and meaning in your presence. Don't hesitate to like, share this video, and subscribing to my channel. Every gesture helps this community of women grow stronger. Together, we're proving that love after 60 isn't a fading spark, but a deeper, wiser flame. One built on peace, trust, and understanding that only time can teach. And I'm Vernon. Thank you for watching my video till now, and see you next time.